start with a joke. Why do gorillas have big nostrils? Big fingers. So, if that made you smile or laugh even just a little bit and connected to your inner child, teaching yoga for kids may be something you would like to explore further and learn more about. Hi, my name is Ofrit Barash and I'm the owner of Yoga at Play, a loved kids yoga and mindfulness business on the main line. If you're a mom who put her career on hold and is wondering what's possible for you, or if going back full-time doesn't work for you right now and you would like to do something you love with a flexible schedule, pun intended, or if you're looking forward to both get in shape while having fun in a fulfilling career, listen to what other kids yoga teachers have to say.
Hi, my name is Bonnie Schwartz. I come from a marketing and advertising background. After having kids, I stepped off the corporate ladder so I could focus more on my family. Throughout all of this, I always did yoga and I actually did an adult yoga teacher training 7 years ago. When my daughter was about 4 or 5, my first daughter, I started going to local kids yoga classes, and that's how I met Ofrit, and she inspired me to, look into teaching kids yoga myself, and that's how I originally got into that.
Hi, my name is Sage Teresi. So I was led to the potential of working as a children's yoga teacher by a friend who knew that I had always been really passionate about working with children and thought that this would be a really fulfilling job for me. I had been looking for a job to do the summer before I went into my freshman year of college, and I wanted something with part-time scheduling and flexible hours and something that worked with my already busy schedule, and this ended up being perfect for me. I was able to get certified this past spring and go right into teaching the following summer.
What led me here? So I had a career in higher ed, and then I decided to stay at home after my second child. Like many moms, we stay at home for a little bit, and then sometimes we need a little more, whether it's to provide for our family or just something that we can feel really proud of. So instead of going back to the grind of the corporate world, I decided that it was important for me to be creative. So I became a music teacher, and I've been lucky enough to be a children's music instructor in the area for many years. And then eventually I thought, well, what's the next step for me? And I had always been thinking about yoga and getting my certification. And right, Kismet and fate intervened, and Ofrit with Yoga at Play gave me a call and asked if I would like to do the teacher training and bring music into her yoga practice as well. So it's been a little while now, and I just love teaching. And so that's what's led me here. And it's such a wonderful, wonderful place to be.
I got into yoga because I love practicing yoga myself. I love the mind, body, spirit connection. And I'm also passionate about teaching children, and my background is education. So I thought it was the perfect marriage of the two. And now I'm doing two things that I love put together as one.
So this job has just given so much to me. I have gained a lot of skills in terms of leadership and being comfortable leading groups of children, being able to trust myself in planning schedules and being on time and being responsible, and all of the things that are necessary for future jobs. I think that's going to benefit me a lot. I've also just loved this job. The energy that the kids bring to the class just feeds back to me and gives me energy, and that's just something that I love. They're so much fun to work with, and I also really enjoy creating lesson plans for them that involve imaginary adventures I would have loved as a little kid, and being able to put my own energy and creativity into my lesson plans. That's something I think is so much fun.
And teaching kids yoga has really been transformative to me. It's been great to have something outside of my kids that I'm passionate about. It's also taken me out of my comfort zone. I've never had classroom experience. Again, I come from a business marketing background, but I always loved kids and I always loved yoga. So it's really felt great to do something I'm passionate about, that I can make money at, and still have flexibility.
I love teaching kids yoga. I love it because I love kids and I love yoga, and it's the perfect combination put together into one. And I love feeling excited and motivated by doing a job that I feel so passionate about and that I know is good for the kids. So to have all of that wrapped up into one is such a special experience and leaves me with such an incredible feeling.
Being a kids yoga instructor is very transformative because in our yoga practice as adults, oftentimes we feel like we have to compete, right? We feel like we have to compete. But when we are in a children's yoga class, it's just about joy, freedom, silliness, stories. I love bringing elements of stories. So being a yoga instructor takes your body, your mind, your heart, your laughter, your joy. It brings it all into your day. So you can go into a day where you wake up like, ugh, this day is not going to go well today. But you do a kids yoga class and it ends with them all wanting to tell you that they love you, and their joy is just so palpable that it makes your day better. So I would say that teaching yoga transforms me because I'm better in my own practice, and it's just a great way to kickstart the day wherever you're at in your day. Plus you get a workout while you're doing your job because we're all busy as moms and sometimes we just need a workout.
Teaching kids yoga has really been a great side hustle for me as a mom. I can make my own schedule. I can take on as many classes as I need. It's also, I think what's also really been helpful to me is joining Yoga at Play because we have a team of teachers. So if I ever need a substitute, if something comes up, if life happens, there's always someone to jump in and take over my class for me, which I think has been invaluable for me.
I think that being a yoga teacher is a great choice for a mother with small children or older children. My children are a little bit older now, so they don't really need me around as much. So it's wonderful to have something that is fulfilling as a career. And also be able to have the flexibility to drive them to softball and pick them up and take them around in all their social activities, but still be able to have the flexibility and have really fulfilling, wonderful work to do. Again, with teaching yoga, the time that you are doing that work, you're frankly making a nice amount of money to add to your family's day, all right, to add to your family's budget. It's a really great way to add money to your budget, but you don't have to have it take up your whole day. It can take up pockets and you can fit it in, especially with Yoga at Play. It's an extremely flexible company, and it's run very, very well by Ofrit. And so thank you, Ofrit, for being so wonderful.
I love teaching kids yoga because I, as a mother who wants to primarily be the domestic engineer, the manager of house and home, and available to my husband and my children and my community, it allows me to have a very flexible schedule and to work with management, my boss, in figuring out the best times and days to be able to do what I love.
I think the training course is one of the really special things about Yoga at Play. It is so all-encompassing, and I was able to do the 20-hour training course the spring before I went into working, and I was able to feel comfortable starting to teach right away because of how much I learned during that week or so that I was being trained. We learned about all the types of games I could incorporate into classes and the props that I could use and crafts that I could do, and we practiced lesson plans for different age groups, talked about behavior management, talked about meditation and mindfulness, and just so many things that I was able to later incorporate into my classes. So obviously this is a bit of a learn-on-the-job type of experience, and I got better as I went, which is the nature of it, of course, but I think I felt very comfortable going to teaching right away because of how much I had learned and the support that I had received from Ofrit during that training course and during the weeks that I was teaching.
As much experience and background I have as an educator, and as much experience as I have in practicing yoga as my major form of fitness, I didn't feel all the way ready, all the way confident to jump into teaching kids yoga. And so what I really like about this teacher training program is that you have the option to do a like an internship, like a student teaching sort of a thing, and to have the hands-on practice with the guidance of a trainer, Ofrit, and get feedback so that you can teach and reflect, teach and reflect, and improve until you gradually are comfortable to teach on your own. And in general, that style works best for me anyway, and I recommend it. And I think that it's a great thing that this teacher training program offers.
I think that the training in particular that Ofrit had us do was a really lovely training. First of all, not just to become certified in children's yoga, but just as an experience with a few other women and exploring being a kid and how we would approach yoga from their perspective. But that being said, the manual is just fantastic. It's so well organized. It provides all the tools. I look at it before every class as little reminders of games, approaches, behavioral approaches. There's just it covers pretty much everything you need. And so the training was just a lovely, fun experience, but it was concise, organized, and really I came out of it knowing that I would have no problem starting a yoga class. I was, of course, a little nervous in my first class because you don't know exactly how it's all going to go. But the framework that Ofrit has for yoga at play is one that's really makes sense. It makes sense for kids.
I have to admit, right after starting a teacher training, I did have fear to just get out there, and there was a learning curve. But a few things that helped me right away was just getting out there and teaching right away. I made this mistake when I did an adult teacher training. I never really got into a classroom right away, and because of that, I never had the confidence to go and do it. But before I took my kids teacher training, I had already connected with Ofrit, and which really helped me because as soon as I finished, she got me jobs, she got me classes, and more importantly, she mentored me and continued to give me feedback and help me with my class plans. And I've also had the other yoga play teachers to run ideas by and to learn from.
In terms of advice that I would give to future yoga teachers, I would say if you're passionate about working with kids and teaching yoga, then you will be a natural at this job, because if you show that you love it when you teach the classes, the kids will realize that and they will react positively and the class will go all that more smoothly. So if you feel like you love these things, if you love yoga, if you love children, I would absolutely recommend this job to you.
So what I would say to someone thinking about taking a kids yoga teacher training is just do it. I mean, life's going to happen. Things are going to come up. There's never going to be a perfect time to do it. So the time is now. Figure out a way. If this is something you think you would enjoy, something that would add to your life, just do it. Get started. There's no time like now.
Here are some questions that I usually get asked from moms who are thinking of becoming kids yoga teachers. The first one is, do I need to be a certified adult yoga teacher in order to become a kids yoga teacher? And the answer is no. You want to love and appreciate yoga, and of course, love and enjoy working with children. The fun about teaching yoga to children is that you really get to make it your own. You can use any talents you have, like dance, art, science, drama, music, anything you love, and incorporate it into your classes. The second question is, will I be ready to go and teach right after the teacher training? And the answer is yes. In fact, the sooner you start teaching after your teacher training, the better. After the teacher training, you're excited and everything is fresh. Yes, you will make mistakes, we all do, but you will learn from them, and that's part of your growth. By the way, at Yoga at Play, we have a special mentorship program to support our new teachers right after they get certified. The third question is what sort of job someone can get after becoming a kids yoga teacher. So, the demand for kids yoga and mindfulness classes is constantly on the rise. And directors in schools and preschools are beginning to understand the value of yoga and mindfulness in order to support their students, teaching them how to release stress and manage their emotions. As a kids yoga teacher, you can teach at preschools and schools, both private and public, even at the one your child goes to. You can also offer kids yoga in gyms or lead fun yoga birthday parties. You can even be an independent contractor, teaching for yourself or for others. The fourth question is, does Yoga at Play have a teacher training? How can I get started and take the next step? So yes, if you're looking for a new direction in your life, if you feel that spark of a child wanting to come out and play, or if you love yoga and children and feel like this may be your calling as well, visit our website at the link below and schedule a free call to ask any questions you have, both about kids yoga or kids yoga teacher training. And if you know that this is your calling, join us for our upcoming 20-hour teacher training. Get your early bird discount of $100 off if you sign up soon. But this is only for a limited time.